Good morning, this is Teresa from Treasure Chest Quilting in Moore in Corinth, Mississippi. We are an authorized Handi Quilter dealer, and today we want to show you on the Amara 24 how to baste your quilt down and program your first row of design. We are using glide thread, which is my favorite. I don't change my machines from that because I have no tension problems and I have no lint issues. But we're going to start by basting a line across the top to get our straight edge. And I'm pulling my thread up, and I'm going to go into Pro Stitcher, and I'm going to hit the base button, and then I'm going to hit my move button, and I'm going to let it go across. We'll speed that up a little bit because this is a big, large quilt. So when you're choosing your design, you do want to think about how large your quilt is and the throat space that you have on your machine. This is an Amara 24, so you have about 19 inches of stitching space. But now keep in mind, as you advance your quilt, that you're going to lose some of that space because it's going to roll up on this bar, on your take-up bar. So you always have to remember that. But we're doing a base line, and we're getting our straight line here so that you can put the top of your quilt there, and we're going to show you how to baste it down also. So it's going to take just a minute because that's going across through there. I'm just speeding it up a little bit. But if you don't use that baste function on your Pro Stitcher, it is awesome because it makes the stitch longer. So if you end up having to take it out for some reason, then it's easier to take out because they're longer stitches. We have a really pretty quilt on here today for a customer. We'll get to the end here in just a second. And I have chose a really pretty purple thread here. Kristen, you want to show this? We have purple on the back here, and I chose this color because the inside part of this quilt has a lot of lighter fabrics, and if you do a darker one, then it's going to show up a lot more. So you sort of have to get a happy medium of what works. So we are almost at the end here, and then we're going to baste this down, show you how to do that. If you are interested in a Handi Quilter, you can go to our website and look at our Handi Quilters. We do ship, so we can ship to you. And we also do hands-on training at our shop, or you can do, we can do FaceTime training with you. If you buy a machine from us, you get that unlimited. So we're going to, now I leave a little extra fabric here when I go to get my line, so I can easily manipulate this to get it on my baseline. And let's see, there we go. Okay, so we have that top ready. I don't do anything with my sides at this point, and I pull my thread up. So I go needle up, down, pull over, grab my basting by bobbin thread, and then I'm going to hit my start button, and I'm going to go across here about 1/4 inch down. And I keep my hand behind here just to keep that even. The quilt is a little off right there, so she's going to have to trim that, so I'm okay with that because I'm adjusting it as I go. Got a piece of fuzz on my finger, I couldn't get it off. And there we go. So I'm going to do a little, this is where you can make adjustments as you go. We do center our quilt top with the leaders. Our quilt back, our quilt top, and our batting gets centered so that you have plenty on both sides. Okay, now I'm going to leave my needle down, and then I'm going to come here and I'm going to pull that fullness out. We float our quilts, so you see how nice that's laying down? And we're going to baste the sides. I always baste my right side first. I'm going to do the same thing, so I'm going to hold that. I'm going to come down through here. And you see that long stitch on there, so it's very easy to take off when you finish. And that's the base stitch. We're going to come down to this end. See how nice and smooth that is? And we're going to baste this, do the same thing. Needle up, down, pull your bottom thread up, and baste there. Do the same thing there, and we're ready to program our quilt. So I'm going to give you a little quick overview of, we're going to take the baste off because we want it to go back to our stitches. I like to do 11 stitches per inch. If you have to take it out for whatever reason, it's a lot easier to take out. I have chosen this design earlier. It's swirling meander. So now that we have that chosen, then we're going to go here 1/4 inch from the top and the side, and we're going to create our area. We're going to do a 2 corner. So we're going to come to the top left down to the bottom right corner, and we are going to do another 2 corner. So what has happened is, if you hit this button, it will bring my box up that I created, and there's my design. So now I'm going to go into repeat, and I'm going to tell it to fill it and stretch and do vertical stretch. But you see how dense that is. I really don't want it to be that dense, so I'm going to make it 1 line instead of 2 vertically, and then on the horizontal I'm going to decrease that some so it's not quite so dense, because this is a huge quilt and you don't want it to be stiff. So I'm going to change that to 7. Let's look at 6. Yeah, that's better. So I always just take a visual and decide how many repeats I want. And then I'm going to take my quilt design, because I know I've got it for the entire quilting space at this point. So I'm going to reduce that some, because I know when I do my take up, it's going to take up some of my quilting space. So this quilt is 120 inches. So it also has an inset, and I can crop off at the end. But I'm going to go into my calculator, which is in your tools, and we're going to take 120 and divide it by the 18.36. So that's 7 repeats, 6.5 repeats. So I'm going to do, actually, I think I'm going to like 8 repeats. So I'm going to do 120 divided by 8. So that's, we're going to change that height to 15 inches. And to do that, you're going to hit the baseline, and you're going to go into modify, resize, and we're going to change this height to 15 inches. And you can see how that's absolutely a perfect size for that quilt. So now that we're almost ready to quilt, we're going to baseline again, and we're going to clear that space by going into area and clear. So now I've got rid of that line so it doesn't distort what I'm doing. Now I do have to reset, because right now if I started to quilt, it's going to start right here, and I want it to start up here. So I'm going to take my machine back up there. I'm going to go into modify and reposition top left, and now I'm ready to go. So we're going to hit Pro Stitcher. We already have our thread up. We're going to hit quilt, and we're going to hit run, proceed, and it's going to pull my thread up. I pulled my bottom up, it did that for me, and we'll hit resume. It's going to tie it off. I have my tie offs on there. You can bury these threads if you would like. This starts a little inset from the side, and it is heading out. There we go. So now we've got that design sticking out. The thread is very pretty on there. I really like that. We're going to cover threads on a different video, and watch our videos. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and check out our website and our Facebook. We have a Facebook page. It's Treasure Chest Quilting and More on Facebook, and our website is www.treasurechestquiltingandmore.com. And then subscribe to this channel and watch for more tutorials from us. Thank you and have a great day.